Is now a good time to stack silver? Of course, that is the question, whether you're new to stacking precious metals or you've been at it for a while. What's silver going to do from here? Is it going to move higher? Is it going to fall more? It can be hard to know, but one of the things that we can take a look at is what other traders are doing. And because silver is, like any other market, driven largely by market psychology, the actions of other traders can give us some insight into where silver will go from here. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at some data regarding what traders are doing in silver. So let's get to it.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is the commitment of traders information from the Comex. And if you're not familiar with this type of chart, if you haven't seen this before, don't worry, because I'm going to explain it. I'm going to break it down for you. And there's a really great article from Sprott Money that came out a couple days ago, written by Craig Hemke. It's titled The Washed Out Silver COT. And COT is just short for Commitment of Traders. And I'm going to let Craig explain to you what this data means, because he does a really great job of it in this article. So what we're talking about here is the CFTC's weekly Commitment of Traders reports that are surveyed at the Comex close each Tuesday and then reported 74 hours later after the Comex close by the following Friday. This data is therefore not made timely, nor is it suitable for trading. However, once you track the data for years, as I have, you begin to notice discernible trends that can help you spot potential price highs and lows. To wit, when the speculators, mainly hedge and trading funds, get overly excited, bullish and long, a price top usually follows as buying momentum for Comex contracts is nearly exhausted. At that same point, the commercials, mainly bullion banks, are heavily net short and poised to profit from the next down move. Conversely, when speculators get overly pessimistic, bearish, and short, price is often very near a bottom and the risk-reward ratio gets skewed in the direction of upside reward. Commitment of Traders history suggests this latter situation, where speculators are bearish and banks are long, is where we are now. And so this is the latest data here. They release this every week, like he mentioned. And I kind of prefer the chart form of that, like what we looked at the beginning of this video. And we're going to go back and take a look at that in just a moment. But first, Craig does point out in this article that the large speculator net long position was just 14,005 contracts. This is the smallest position since the survey of June 18th, 2019. Also, the commercial net short position was only 22,047 contracts. This is the smallest total position since June 4th of 2019. And he keeps mentioning June of 2019, and he explains here why that's significant. After the stock market washout and Powell pivot of December 2018, the Fed announced a new plan of Fed fund rate cuts at their FOMC meeting of June 18th to 19th, 2019. And once this occurred, Comex silver prices rallied about 30%, from near $15 to near 20% before peaking on September 5th, 2019. So you can see on this chart, this is a chart of the silver price. Here is June of 2019, and silver had this nice bull run after that. And if you take a look at this chart again, I think this is a nice visualization of the COT data, and this is from cotpricecharts.com. This red bar, these red bars that you see on the bottom side of the chart, those are commercial net short positions. And so you can see that this chart goes back 1 year, and the net short positions are the lowest that they have been on the entire chart here going back 1 year. And according to that article, it's the lowest since June of 2019. And then these blue bars and these yellow bars that are above the center line of this chart, those are large speculator and small speculator positions. And they're typically long, but you can see here that their long positions have shrunk down. They've collapsed to the lowest position on this chart of the past year. And again, according to that article, the lowest they have been since June of 2019 when we saw that big rally. So essentially, commercial banks here, they are not very short and speculators are not very long. And that indicates there's a lot of fear in the market right now. And selling has more or less been exhausted. And so this doesn't mean that gold and silver are going to have a huge rally from here right off the bat, although I mean that could happen. But it does mean that even if we do see a continued drop in the price of precious metals, it's probably going to be a fairly shallow decline followed by some type of rally. And there's another chart I want to take a look at and show all of you, but first, I do just want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, Silver Botanicals, household and personal hygiene products that utilize the power of nano silver. Head over to silverbotanicals.com today. There's a link down in the description of this video, and don't forget to use coupon code STACKER to save 10% off your order. So this other chart I wanted to take a look at, this is from Clive Mond. He provided this in his most recent silver update. And Clive Mond is a technical analyst. He focuses quite a bit on energy and precious metals. And to be fair, he does tend to be pretty bullish about commodities and precious metals in general. But I thought this was an interesting chart that he put out in his recent silver update a couple weeks ago. And it's a long-term chart of silver going back to 2010. And you can see he's drawn this cup and handle base. And this is a very bullish chart formation in the silver chart that we're taking a look at here. And you can see that right now the handle is getting a little bit long and it's tending right around the support level. So this would indicate that we are about to embark on a big move up in silver. Now this chart could get invalidated if we see a drop beneath this support level of any significance, then that would invalidate this chart formation. But we haven't seen that yet. And so, you know, if we do see a breakout above this resistance here at the top end of the handle, we are probably off to the races, and there should be a very big rally in the price of silver. Now, with everything going on in the world, the inflation, the supply chain disruptions, that would not be out of the realm of possibilities if you ask me. I know there are a lot of you out there who seem to doubt gold and silver's ability to hedge against inflation. And on that topic, I would just like to take a look at these charts. This is the chart of gold and silver as they performed back in the Weimar Republic over 100 years ago now. That major hyperinflation that Germany went through in the 1920s, the early 1920s. And you can see as this inflation built up, gold and silver did tend to just kind of trade sideways for a long time. And they didn't really begin their big move up until the inflation really got out of control in 1922. But at that point, it was moonshot for gold and silver priced in Deutschmarks. And so, you know, that's what we've seen throughout history, through every incidence of hyperinflation and major inflation in the world. Gold and silver have always held their value. They've always hedged against inflation. And I don't think this time is going to be any different. And in a recent video, we were taking a look at gold and silver priced today in some foreign currencies, but one we didn't take a look at was the Argentine peso. And so here is the chart of gold and silver priced in the Argentine peso over the past 5 years. And that's just another one of these fiat currencies that has been getting debased, getting devalued over the past several years. And you can see that gold and silver have done a very nice job of protecting those in Argentina who were wise enough to purchase precious metals. The metals have protected their purchasing power in a very nice way. You can see pretty much a straight move up in gold and silver when priced in Argentine pesos. So, you know, holding true to their traditional role as hedges against inflation. I'm sure anybody in Argentina who back in 2018 bought gold or silver is very happy that they did that. And anyone who attempted to save in cash, in pesos, you know, they've had a significant portion of their purchasing power wiped out. So I'm not saying that gold and silver are going to move up tomorrow. I'm not saying they're going to move up in a big way, but I think that the trend moving forward is going to be higher prices in both precious metals. That's why I'm still stacking. Of course, it's not financial advice. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. You got to do your own due diligence. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are gold and silver going to move up from here, or are they going to be dropping further? I'd love to know what you have to say, so let me know. And if you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Join the channel, subscribe. Love all of my subscribers who support my work. And thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Smart Silver Stacker, out.